right, welcome everybody to the Brown Carpet Podcast. My name's Corey Farrell.
And I'm Josh Groom.
And what do we do here, Josh?
Well, we take a couple of weird, real news stories and we adapt them into shitty movie pitches.
Oh, I like that.
Do you?
That sounds good.
Well, once we've done that, people can then jump on the Facebook and they'll see the poll that we've put up and they can vote on their favourite.
So just follow us on Facebook and Twitter and you can vote. It's like a democratic thing. Wonderful.
Just like they do in Russia. Get amongst it.
Delicious. All right, without further ado.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
He jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted headwards like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fool.
Real nice.
Many have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seals.
No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Sitz?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Brown Carpet Podcast.
All right. Episode number 6 of the Brown Carpet Podcast.
Can I just say that is a banging piece of opening theme music from Jimmy Wilson there. Ruminate is his handle.
It's a big one. If you were in Jamaica, you'd say, Big John.
Would you?
Big John.
Okay, Big Sean.
Because I'm fluent in Jamaican.
You're making me crazy.
So, here we are. So, we got to do
You want to do paper, rock, scissors?
Let's do it.
Hang on, let me just look in your eyes for 1 second. Okay, I see what you're doing. Interesting. Why'd you do that?
Yes! He's got it!
Unbelievable. The streak is over.
5 weeks. 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks
You
of...
got one. Congrats, mate.
Alrighty, so my headline for this week is 15 pounds of ham crashed onto a Florida roof and nobody can answer how it got there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mysterious.
It's mysterious. On July 15, a Florida family awoke at 4 a.m. to the sound of a loud crash on their roof. The impact was apparently caused by a 15-pound frozen bag of ham and sausage.
Loose? Just loose
I feel like it was I'm picturing a meshy bag of meat.
No, but inside, is the meat loose or is it like multiple pieces? Are we talking one solid
Doesn't
block
say.
of ham?
Oh, it doesn't say.
Okay.
I like to believe it was just a bag of meat. Both loose and otherwise.
Sure.
Travis Adair, the homeowner, told WPLG Local 10 that he called the company listed on the bag of ham and they didn't even have the answers. To make matters even more strange, a delivery address on the handbag led to a man who lives 170 miles from Adair.
The handbag.
Yes.
Is that a Gucci handbag?
Who says he also has no idea how it ended up on the roof at 4 a.m. So the guy who was delivering to doesn't know how it got there. So much ham, so few answers. The Adair family was interviewed by Jimmy Kimmel about the incident on the July 19 episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live. Kimmel asked Adair what his theory was on the mystery meat, and he said, "We've tossed a lot of things around, you know, you got your planes and your sausage throwing machines, like that's a thing."
Sausage throwing machine?
I know. I think the only logical answer is a North Korean sausage missile. He said, is it trying to be funny?
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
But
he got on Jimmy Kimmel.
I know.
Just for a bag of ham on the roof.
I know. All right, so I've got 2 working titles.
Hit me with both of them.
Meet the Resistance.
Okay.
With
Nice.
obviously meat spelled
Sure.
meat.
M-E-A-T, yep.
Or No Friends with Salad.
Oh.
What do you like better?
I can see Meet the Resistance up in lights.
Yeah, okay.
I see that as a billboard title.
And it makes more sense to the film.
Okay.
Let me paint a picture for you.
Paint it.
The year is 2069. It's a seemingly utopian future on the surface where vegans rule the world. General Chaz Handlebar, played by Kevin Bacon, part scientist, part ruthless dictator, leads an army of animal-plant hybrid soldiers of his creation.
Oh, I have a lot of questions for this first. That's a chock-a block first sentence, by the way. First of all, has Kevin Bacon grown a big mustache, like a Boonie style mustache for this role?
He's a clean-cut military man.
Handlebar. Where'd that come from?
That's his last name.
Okay, cool. Take us through. He's got an army of what?
Animal-plant hybrid soldiers. It'll all make sense soon.
Okay.
So you got lions spliced with redwoods.
I have a feeling Corey was in the shrooms this week.
Lions spliced with redwoods. Panthers mixed with oak trees. That sort of thing.
Right.
All ironically bloodthirsty and out for carnivore scalps.
Yeah, okay. They eat meat, the plant hybrid.
No, but they're out for blood. Although
Which would be meat.
Yeah. But they don't want to eat them. They just want to kill them.
Okay.
Just stay with me.
Sure.
General Chaz rules with an iron fist. In this so-called ethical futuristic world, meat eaters are arrested on sight. Some even sent to vegetation camps where they are forced to plant kale until they die. Enter Roger Pipe, played by Jon Hamm.
Nice.
Roger is an underground pig farmer and black market bacon providor.
I just got the Kevin Bacon thing. That's awesome.
I try to get as many hammy names in there.
Sure.
Pig farmer by day, leader of the meat eater resistance by night, and also some days he's very busy. Roger leads a ragtag band of meat-eating muscle. Rump, a sassy lady cattle farmer played by Redda, Donna Meagle from Parks and Rec.
Oh, yep.
Rooster, Colin Farrell, a cross-eyed chicken farmer, and Scales, Jude Law, a knife-happy fishmonger with a penchant for gutting. All out to overthrow the general and reinstate meat to the menu.
Okay, it's an uprising story.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is until one night. Out on a crop-burning mission, the gang is caught in an elaborate trap set by none other than General Chaz Handlebar himself. They are arrested and sentenced on the spot to death by vining. Vining is a cruel, slow death process whereby the poor soul is placed like a stake at the base of the plant and left as the branches and vines grow around them, eventually strangling them like a lethe python.
That's a long death.
It's a long, slow death.
Do they get fed during the death? No, they're just so it's starvation and...
These are fast-growing trees.
very fast. Bamboo would do it.
Stop finding holes in my plot.
No, continue. You're doing great.
The gang is boarded up on a transport plane, the Greengrocer. Their destination, vegetation camp, where they await their execution. The aircraft is staffed with animal-plant hybrid guards, led by the battle-weary Sergeant Brock. Brock is half broccoli, half border collie. A broccoli, if you will.
There was a drinking game on vegetable buns. Everyone would be drunk by now. This is awesome.
Brock enjoys humiliating his captives. Yeah, be captives, wouldn't it? Brock enjoys humiliating his captives.
Yeah.
Spitting on them, torturing them while they're chained up. The usual vile nonsense reserved for a ruthless dog like Brock. Roger knows he must act, and he must act fast. Still chained, Scales coughs... My writing's horrible. Still chained, Scales coughs to get Roger's attention. Scales is the fishmonger guy.
Sure.
And uses his eye line to indicate he still has a blade in his boot.
Oh, yeah.
Rooster, who is chained up next to Roger, makes it known that the armbar of his eye-straightening glasses, because he's cross-eyed, could act as a lockpicker.
Gee. He does this with sign language, just silently...
No, he says this.
Oh, okay, cool.
Rooster knows it's an M&M mum's spaghetti play, and he only has one shot. When Brock isn't looking, Rooster whips his neck from side to side like a soccer player headering a goal. The glasses fly off as if in slow motion. Roger catches the glasses with his mouth and unlocks his chains.
That's good.
Pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
As soon as he is free, he gets down to business, taking the blade from Scales' boot and slitting Brock's throat like a trained assassin. Roger sets out unlocking the rest of the gang and heads to the cockpit. The plane is being piloted by Trotter, half pig, half bonsai tree. Roger sneaks up behind him and, without making any noise, slits Trotter's throat as well. This proves to be insanely stupid, as none of the gang can fly the plane.
Yeah, you just killed the one pilot on board.
He just killed everyone.
Pretty much.
Resigned to their fate, Roger and the gang decide to send a final message back down to terra firma. Roger cuts off Trotter's hammy leg and carves a message before launching it out the aircraft door. We cut just after seeing the gang bathed in red, flashing warning lights as the plane plummets towards the ground. We pick back up. The film ends with a young man sitting on his lazy boy watching sport.
I just realised where we're coming into the story.
Yeah. When Hamm comes smashing through his roof.
I like how you brought that around.
After brushing off the plaster and bits of roof off himself, the young boy inspects the ham in question, and we see the following message carved on the ham: If God did not intend for us to eat animals, then why did he make them out of meat? And that's a John Cleese quote, actually.
Nice.
So, real quick, the cast is Roger, Jon Hamm, Chaz, Kevin Bacon, Rump, Redda, Rooster, Colin Farrell, Scales, Jude Law. Tagline, I've only got one this week.
Good. Hit me.
Pigs will fly.
Nice. That's good.
Budget, 50 mil. Lots of CGI, lots of building a world.
Tell you what, I think you're going to need more than 50 mil
You
for
reckon?
that. You've got, like, plant-animal hybrids running amok.
So maybe 100?
Yeah, I reckon
100
at least
Okay, let's bump it up.
Yeah.
100 mil. And so it's a Con Air meets Island of Dr. Moreau. And
a lot of mutants.
Yeah, a lot of
plant, animal hybrid mutants.
A lot of lackeys. And the soundtrack is the Australian comedy band The Burnt Sausages.
I'm not aware of the burnt sausages.
Yeah,
work.
they're funny.
Okay.
Shout out to the burnt sausages if you're listening.
Yeah.
They won't be.
No.
That's me.
Nice. I like that a lot, man. That's great.
That's fine. Thanks. Any questions? You happy with that?
It's pretty strange. I'm gonna say.
Yeah? Well, the pig bonsai hybrid was the weirdest one probably. I don't know how that would actually work.
What does that look like? What is a pig bonsai like? Where does the bonsai begin and the pig end?
Literally half and half. Pig from
Which
the
half?
bottom.
Pig from the bottom. So trotters.
Bonsai tree.
Tree up top.
Like a centaur, but a bonsai top.
Sure, but it was piloting the plane, so it's
Yeah.
got to at least have like some sort of appendages.
No,
Eyes.
it's a voice-activated plane.
Right. Okay.
Okay, it's the future. It's 2069.
Yeah, you're right.
It reads his mind in his bonsai.
In his bonsai
leaves.
mind.
He doesn't have a mind. It's a bonsai branch.
Okay. No, that makes perfect sense. They're full CGI creations, your animals?
Yeah.
So no Lord of the Rings type golem situation. They're just...
Oh yeah, maybe that.
What's his name? Guy
Fuck, I wish we knew that.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
You should get Andy Serkis on board to be the bonsai pig.
Yeah.
We were the last ones left on the barbecue. Festering in congealed fat. You might know it as that weird orangey stuff. Unwanted, about to go in the rubbish. Or the fridge for sausage sandwiches. Either way, we'd be cold or eaten by ants. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew us onto some magic heat beams.
All right, so Josh, where'd you end up this week?
Well, the story I found this week, the headline reads, Italian bank robbers wear Trump masks during heists.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, man.
Current.
Italian police said on Monday they had arrested two brothers suspected of robbing dozens of cash machines while wearing masks of President Donald Trump. The stunt evokes the 1991 film Point Break, starring Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze, in which a gang of surfers don masks of ex-US presidents while robbing banks. But in a statement, police said the brothers had been inspired by a different film.
Yeah, right.
According to the police statement, the two brothers were inspired by the Jackal to paint their white Mercedes black. In the 1997 film, the protagonist, played by Bruce Willis, changes the colour of his car because police are in pursuit. The brothers, aged 26 and 30, targeted cash machines near the northern Italian city of Turin. In closed-circuit footage, one of the brothers can be seen in a Trump mask, covering the surveillance cameras in the lobby of the bank and planting an explosive in the cash dispenser. So that was the story I found this week.
So you got a heist film.
Yeah, I got a heist film, and my title of my film adaptation is, and I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce this word, maybe you'll have a go at it, the Covfefe job.
Like the Trump.
Covfefe?
Yes.
The Trump tweet?
That's great.
How's it said? Covfefe?
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 Covfefe.
Covfefe.
Covfefe. The film opens in Venice, Italy.
I love the title.
We watch as two men march purposefully down the street. We're behind them and can't see their faces. They carry matching sports bags slung over their shoulders. One is shorter and pudgier, and the other is tall, lean, and moves with a youthful bounce. Up ahead on the busy street is an unsuspecting branch of the Bank of Italy. Without warning, the two guys pull on rubber Donald Trump masks and rip out sawn-off shotguns before entering the bank.
Bang. Action time.
Here we go. Cue the music. They move like clockwork. The fat one cocks his gun and fires once into the roof. He's the boss man. He clambers up onto the nearest table and starts giving the "We are the Presidents of the United States" speech from Point Break, while the customers and security cower in shock and awe.
Hey, real quick, who's who? Who's the fat guy? Who's the tall guy?
They're still in masks, mate, so I'm going to leave
okay, yeah.
leave you in suspense.
No, sorry.
Wait for it.
Yep.
We're going to get there.
Apologies.
Meanwhile, he's doing an immaculate Donald Trump impersonation, right down to the red tie and the hand gestures. The bandit duo operate like clockwork and are out of there well before the cops arrive. So the film follows police detective Nino Brasi, played by Roberto Benigni. Do you remember him from Life is Beautiful, the Italian bloke who ran along the seats? Who rocks up later to investigate the scene. Special Agent Brasi is the most unconventional policeman on the force. He's goofy, giggly, clumsy, and he survives on a steady diet of Dr. Pepper and hallucinogenic mushrooms that keep him perpetually loose state, despite his remarkable results.
Is he any other one of the dwarves, the little dwarves?
What?
He was just like sleepy, grumpy.
Snoozy. No. During his late-night shroom binges, he's visited by his imaginary partner, Dr. Fluffy Poops, played by Russell Brand, a hyperactive, 6-foot-tall albino bunny rabbit with a spinning bow tie and blood-red eyes.
Oh.
Dr. Fluffy Poops is a deviant sex pervert and criminal mastermind. However, his insightful assistance has cracked many a case in the past. The heists continue at locations all around the globe, each robbery more brazen than the last. We watch the precision and daring play out. These guys are so confident and connected, the cops don't even stand a chance. But Brazzy is hot on the trail and always one step behind these unpredictable presidents. It's like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Remember that game? He's jumping all over the globe.
Yep.
It might be a bit of an old reference.
I know that one.
Then, during a deep shroom sesh with Dr. Fluffy Poops, they have a eureka moment and a bizarre theory emerges. Donald Trump himself is the one behind these bank jobs, utilising Air Force One, the CIA, and the Secret Service to facilitate these impossible escapes on every corner of the planet.
And Twitter.
Well, that comes into it. See, Brazzy and Dr. Fluffy Poops even start to uncover a cipher code buried in Trump's Twitter feed.
See,
it all adds
I sensed
up.
it.
Yeah,
I sensed
man,
it.
He sensed that shit. A complex digital breadcrumb trail leading all the way to the White House, masked by an enigmatic facade of stupidity.
Yeah.
At the police headquarters, no one believes him, so he takes matters into his own hands and flies to Moscow ahead of Trump's much-publicised summit with Putin. Once in Russia, he employs a team of high-priced water sport prostitutes known as the Golden Girls to infiltrate the president's hotel under the guise of peeing on him. Acting as their pimp, Brazzy accompanies the girls to the Moscow Ritz-Carlton. Ushered in the back door by the presidential entourage, they make their way to Trump's room. Once inside, Brazzy places recording devices and spy cameras all around the room while the girls hydrate themselves for the big night ahead. Brazzy heads to the adjacent hotel room to monitor the situation, and while he waits, he consumes a heroic dose of magic mushrooms, and Dr. Fluffy Poops appears beside him. Being the sex pervert that he is, Dr. Fluffy Poops is visibly excited by the prospect of 4 scantily clad PP prostitutes on hidden cameras, but Brazzy insists he focuses on the task at hand. Suddenly, Trump, played by Alec Baldwin, appears in the hotel room.
Nice.
He is immediately assessing the girls and dismisses 2 that are not to his liking. He strips down to his red budgie smugglers and climbs on the bed. From a briefcase beside the bed, he pulls out a glass crack pipe, into which he thumbs a sizable chunk of an unknown substance.
Crack.
What crack? Yeah, it is crack. As the girls begin to dance, Trump sucks hard on his crack pipe, his orange face straining hard, all the veins in his forehead bulging obscenely. As the ladies begin to piss on Donald's lily-white withered legs, his eyes glaze over and he shuts them in filthy bliss.
Oh, can we hang in that moment for a minute?
Just a moment. Enjoy it. Drink it in.
Donald Trump lying on the bed, smoking crack, covered in urine.
You're being pissed on.
Oh, wonderful.
In the surveillance room, Brazzy looks over and Dr. Fluffy Poops, who's now pleasuring himself to the debauched scene. Brazzy slaps him across the fuzzy face. Focus, man! When they look back at the screen, something incredible has happened. Trump is not alone. His imaginary friend, a 6-foot-tall black rabbit named Covfefe, played by Samuel L. Jackson, is now in the room with him. The prostitutes are leaving, their work is done. Trump climbs out of the piss-sodden bed and pulls on a suit. Both he and Covfefe Rabbit grab their matching sports bags and leave the room.
Doesn't wash.
The fiery climax to the film takes place in the hotel lobby, where Trump and his imaginary rabbit go head-to-head with Brazzy and his bunny in a guns-blazing shootout that really escalates when the Russian mafia joins in the battle. When the dust settles, there are only 2 survivors, Dr. Fluffy Poops and Covfefe Rabbit. Out of ammo, they call it a draw and leave their separate ways.
Oh, this is amazing. This
You
is
like
so
it?
good.
It's a lot of action. It's kind of like a big action heist film. Bit of a mystery for a while. You don't know who it is. Some comedy and a bit of debauched PP sex towards the end.
It's topical.
I'm thinking we can do it for about 80 million.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of locations involved, some big action set pieces, and the violent climax at
There's
the
a
end.
couple of tarps.
There's a few tarps required. There's a lot of urine needs to be cleaned off the set.
I kind of get the vibe of it's like an Italian job, obviously, with a bit of Donnie Darko.
Bit of Donnie Darko, large imaginary bunnies.
But more so like...
Black bunny versus white bunny.
Yep.
This is kind of that racial thing. Yeah. So the cast is Roberto Benigni, plays Don Brazzy, our main character.
Yep.
Russell Brand plays the Dr. Fluffy Poops.
And he's in a bunny suit.
He's in a full bunny suit.
Yep.
And Alec Baldwin plays Donald Trump, and Covfefe Rabbit is Samuel L. Jackson, also in a full bunny suit, never to be taken off.
Oh, the sound bites for Samuel L. Jackson as a rabbit would be amazing.
Soundtrack, I'm not altogether sure. I think we need some action. Italian action. I was thinking maybe you could help me out.
I think Italian. Yeah, maybe some Italian action stuff, but I hear some psychedelic stuff in there.
It's pretty trippy. So maybe like some Floyd or something. Dark Side of the Moon.
King Gizzard.
King Gizzard and the Lizard. That's it. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yeah.
Perfect soundtrack. They'll score the whole thing from start to finish. I love
great.
That. Yeah.
Because they can get they can get rocky and
they can get rocky. They can get trippy.
Bliss
psych
out.
it all out. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Cool. All right.
I knowing you. I know that you would have came up with the name of that bunny and worked backwards. that name, what is it, Mr. Fluffy Poops?
Dr. Fluffy Poops.
Dr. Fluffy Poops.
Yeah. It's all about him and then just wrap a story around one shit name of a bunny rabbit.
No, but it was beautiful.
Well, Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, and both inside and out. You take a look at her, she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. If I were running the View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired. It's not the chubbiness. Rosie is a very unattractive person, both inside and out.
So there we have it. That was our 2 films. What was the name of your film, Corey?
Meet the Resistance, MEAT.
And mine was the Covfefe job. So
Just vote for the Covfefe job.
No, don't.
No,
Vote for
I'm
the
saying, I know when I'm beaten.
Corey, that's a defeatist attitude, and I won't have you taking it.
No, I bow down to brilliance. That was amazing.
You had a bag full of assorted meats.
I'm going to vote for yours this week.
Well, my dad voted for yours a few weeks ago, so I'm still hurt by that. So jump on Facebook or on Twitter, find the poll, and vote for the one that you hate the least. And next week we'll give you the results. Is that all we've got for now? Have you got anything?
That's all we've got for now. And when you're on there, give us a follow as well, and so we can
jump in the iTunes, give us a rate and review.
Yep.
We've even got an Instagram page if you're into that sort of thing, so get there too.
And soon to have a website when we have more content.
Coming soon.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
See you later.
See you, cunts.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted pinwheels like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fool.
Real nice. Many have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seal.
Shut up. No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Sitz?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Round Carpet Podcast.
We good?
I don't like this knee touching situation.
We don't try not to touch the wrist bump in this.
Well, I was
and
fine
I would
before
actually,
you came and inserted your knee in that hole.
But leave the hole as it is. And be careful not to have too much stuff here to move the mic around. Like some level of semblance.
He says wiggling around fucking paper. I've got a fucking piece of technology here that is silent. Whereas you, coming in on your penny farthing with your fucking parchment scrolls.
I feel comfortable with paper. I feel like a newsreader.
It's ridiculous. Airplane mode off. Find the story on.
Okay, it's crackling now. Whatever you're doing.
Man, I'm not the one touching it.
I think it's the phone.
Oh, really?
Stop doing it.
What?
It's doing it.
Really?
Yeah. Fuck. As long as maybe keep it over here, but like.
Just keep it there.
Yeah.
But then now my face is away from the mic.
Fuck,
so.
that's what it was the whole time. Yeah, put it near there. Yeah. Oh, old paper boy. Old paper McTavish.
You and your feathery quills.